Good morning. It's Labor Day morning here in Jacksonville, Florida, and I thought I would play in my own journal. And I honestly did not plan on thinking about the cover, but all of a sudden, there it was. I'd had these pieces set aside, thinking that I might use them, but I just am wondering what you think about that as the possibility for the cover. Get that out of the way so we get a good visual. I'm thinking I like that. So, what is here? Well, a Roxy Creation label. Thank you, Rachel. And a bit of lace. And a donation from my favorite flowers goodie box. And one of the blue-gray, grayish flowers that pieces of crochet that I just, in one or two videos ago, I used Faded Jeans Distress Ink to dye this, and couldn't be better. So got that. This is a piece of Distress Ink dyed cheesecloth. A piece of lovely fabric with old French writing on it. Absolutely have to have. And this, I kept discovering and losing and sinking because I went into my my serious hoard mode on these pieces, and you can't tell by looking, but they must be solid gold in my mind, because there is absolutely no reason on earth for me to continue to hoard these. I cannot take them with me. So, and since this is my journal, what better use? So I thought this, there, this, let me go over close to the edge, and this next. I want a little bit of those flowers to show. I love this fabric. So let's have a little let's have a go of art glitter glue and apply this delicately. I'm feeling so badly for those poor people in the Bahamas. I'm also hoping, and we've even had evacuation here at Jacksonville Beach because of a storm, the ocean coming in. We are on the other side of Jacksonville, and 85 feet above sea level, and by Florida standards, we're on top of a mountain. So, however, we are probably going to have rain and some wind, but my heart goes out to those poor people that are sitting under that monster right now. I have a family who lives at Jacksonville Beach and has always lived there since the 50s. And they don't do leaving. And they've said that they've never really had to, and etc., etc. So one can only wish them the best. I just hope that this time they have left. But, knowing family, maybe not. There. through a little bit there, but that's okay. Now, oh, this next. I'm liking the way this is thicker on one side. I think I'll get that down first before I embellish that or distress that a little bit. And let's come right back down here. Right back down there, like that. Just like that. Okay. Now I'm going to set this aside to dry down a little bit. Oh, goodness, go down and stay down. Come on. Stay, there you go. I'm talking to lace, and I know that you have too. So, now, I'm thinking there, and I was thinking that would cover that bit up. I was thinking here, and maybe here, and here. Yes. Okay, let's do some distressing. Which one have I been using? I have been doing a lot of walnut stain lately. Vintage photo is kind of being pushed into second place on my love list. Okay, that's ready. And now this baby. Lovely flowers. I cut out the whole book while I was watching television and generally vegetating, and I'm loving every time I use them. I'm happy that I have them. That and that, yes. Now, I think I'm going to use two sorts of glue here. Stem glue and no kidding around glue, although I think the glitter glue is also no kidding around glue, and certainly have to not dilly-dally when you put it down. No dilly-dallying. Oh my, that's making me happy. Yes, it is. Now, right side, very wrong side. Okay. And I use this for glitter glue on crocheted because I can tap it on edges. The perfect glue, of course, would be Fabri-Tac in a tip like that. But the way that congeals on you, I don't think so. Now, right there, I want some of that fabric to show out the bottom. There. And I think there and there. Okay. Here, parallel to the bottom, yes. And there. I'm going to turn off the camera for a few moments because I'm going to pour myself some cold water with lemon because I'm feeling a little parched. So, and this can dry for a few moments. Okay, you're not happy, I can tell. Therefore, and okay, let's have a little under here too. That's down. And get this one down. And say hello. I have a little bit left in the one I was working on in Fabri-Tac. I'm going to relegate that to my husband to add some, just a little bit of acetone. And he has the heavy-duty stuff out in his workshop, so I'm going to relegate that to a boy thing. I will be back with some cold water. Oh, for heaven's sakes, Carol. There. So, I think that's saying about all that I want this to say. Makes me happy. Maybe something else, maybe something to give it a little pizzazz. But not today. I have to live with this one a little bit. Yes, I do. Well, before we get back to the Naked Journal, let's go down a Carol's rabbit hole. We had some packaging come this week. Oh, yes, it did. And something just fell at my feet. And, wow, I wish you would let me know what you think of this. this piece of packaging fell at my feet. And I thought, ooh, large journal. Or I could cut it down a little bit. This is 9 by 11. The height could be, yes, it's 11. The height could be taken off down to the 9 that I would often use, or thereabouts. Or I could leave it big. But look at that. Oh, this could be a, this is 4 3/4. This could be a 2020 project. Work at it all year. Play and try things and just kind of make a fantasy journal out of it for myself. This is seriously going to be pondered. I have it in my closet so that when I open it to get out supplies, it looks at me. And I'm going to let it stay there because after all, I have 4 months to think about it and to make up my mind whether this might be my 2020 playground. Please comment and let me know what you think of that brainstorm. That's another one, but this one just might be pure craziness. All right, put that aside, and let's get back to this. And these, while I was in picking up the computers, while I was in the area around Atlanta, I stopped into Heaven on Earth, and I found these stamps. In fact, I could have purchased 100 times this number. That everything in there was gorgeous. Everything in there made me hyperventilate. So this is one that I have already had, and I know the big controversy about whether or not they can be used, and I know that Carabelle permits us to use these in items that we sell. So this one I already had, but these bits are part of the of my search and seizure that I had up there. And this, of course, is Tim Holtz, and I know that I can use those with impunity. But aren't they lovely? Aren't they just lovely? Okay. This is Wildflowers, and this one is Flower Garden. Going to use those. I'm going to give them trial runs in my Naked. Then this one, which I just could not resist because I'm a great poppy lover, and the leaves are so pretty, and Power Poppy. On the back, they have very nicely said, all rights reserved, reproduction or use of images in electronic or mechanical form are strictly prohibited. Well, using this little hand to put this little stamp on anything is not mechanical. So, I'm tickled that at least it said this very plainly, and I have no intention of putting them on digis or scanning them or anything, because I respect Marcella Hawley's creation. These two I liked so much that I purchased them, and I am going to email and find out what their policy is, and I will let you know. This is Penny Black Stamps and Open Studio. Memory Box Open Studio. If you know and can save me the time and energy, please leave me a comment. But these two I'm going to question. But this is for me, and things like this can be used in things that I do not sell. So I thought, wouldn't these be lovely? Because it's time of season is coming that random acts of kindness are. It's time I got to some, and I have some plans for that. And these I can use with impunity. I know that because they are gifts, not. There is no money involved and no electronic scanning, etc. going to be involved. So let's see now what's happening here. I'm happy with that cover, and I've been working here. Added some embellishment to this tuck. Put a card in here. A little embellishment. Stamping. Embellished. A belly band with a journaling spot. And the center of this first signature, and I put this in on a hinge, and here I am, and I've picked these bits to put on this page, and so let's do that now. If there's anything I've skipped that I could use the stamps on to check them out. No, I think I'm okay. I think I'm all good. Alrighty. Let's work on this page now. This is the paper that I finally broke down and sent on Amazon. The paper was so inexpensive, and there are 5 miles of it on the roll, and the shipping was what stopped me for a while, and I said, no, Carol, I want this shade of green, and I don't see this shade of green anyplace in Jacksonville, so you know what happened. And I thought this and this and this because of this green stamping. So let's just tuck this aside out of harm's way and get the Yoo-hoo going. Alrighty. If you looked out the window of my studio right now, you could see nothing but a regular September day in Florida. It's shiny and sunshiny and lovely. There. And there. There. And here. Okay, let's put this one next. I've gone back to this Yoo-hoo because after branching out and trying things, and I just decided that Yoo-hoo is my favorite. And some people speak about using glue sticks, and they don't last, and in 6 months the things fall off and come off. So I went into some old let's have a little of this, scrapbooks of mine and things that were Yoo-hooed down, and they are as tight as I put them in there 4 years ago. Now, they might not make an archaeological dig, but they are certainly not moving that I can tell. Is that parallel? Yes. Alrighty. There are times that I just take this out and sit quietly and play some music and play in this journal. I shall have to cover that word. Yes, I will. So, okay, one more page done. And this one, I decided to use here. It was the cleanup paper from one of my last projects, as you can see. And I hope that you are going to have an enjoyable Labor Day celebration. And that we can celebrate all of the hard workers in our country. Now, okay, the center of that motif has to be parallel to the edge of the page. Is it? Yes. Oops. There you go. And I'm just going to put this here. And then we're going to try one of the new stamps. Put that over here, Carol. Let's make life a little easier. It's the only label that I found that was had any blue on it. Therefore, here it is. Now, this pocket was part of the original Make a Journal. There. Down here. It's fine. And now we have this page. Oh, okay. This page. You can go. Will I try that? Yes, I certainly will. I'm thinking I might try a new stamp that I purchased. Oh, there it is. If I got any bigger, it would bite. I'm going to try toffee. That's VersaFine Toffee, and I purchased Toffee up there in Atlanta because it's the first place I had seen it, and I had seen Artie Mays use it. Andrea just loves the color, so, and I love it when she uses it. The color is just lovely. And these are very fine-lined stamps. I think there is a lot of shading on them. Let's see what we're going to have here. Let's just see what we end up with. And I'm going to do it in a way that I really shouldn't be doing it. Now, there are bumps and under here, and so this is not going to be perfection, and that's okay. Oh, yes, that's okay. And Andrea, thank you for VersaFine Toffee. Ah, wow. Yes, definitely wow. Let's clean it off. Going to have to invest in some stamp cleaner, I can tell. Oh, that was just delightful. That was just delightful. Alrighty, that's that one. And let's find another page. That's here. Here. Let's find another page. For this one. There we go. And this one is going to go like that, right off the page. I'll put it in a little further. We'll just make it. I'm going to do it again just because I cannot get enough of this color. This VersaFine is so juicy. Maybe the reason that I have a chance of this working at all is because of the wet ink on that VersaFine. Sometimes you just would like to have a stamp that does this at the bottom of the page. Well, let's see. I think so. I think so. I certainly do think so. Now, this is becoming a stamp tryout now. I can't, like a child, I cannot wait. I have to see what the rest of them are now. Okay, I'll put something on that page, but that's all right. Now, see what the poppy is going to be. And I'm going to use VersaFine Vintage Sepia. Just take off the, I think I will just take off the poppy. And I'm going to turn this off now because my husband's coming back with from a trip to buy some. I'm sorry about that. For those of you who might be interested, in the hurricane situation, my husband just went and got a few extra things that we wanted. We have a generator, and so a generator is going to supply us with electricity for the refrigerator and a couple of lamps in the house that we would choose. So we would be able to maintain our food supply and not have it go bad because of the freezer being off. And our stove and our hot water heaters are run on gas. And so that means hot water, food that I can cook, and a refrigerator, a few lamps, and of course no central air conditioning. But no one is, we're certainly not going to suffer from not having air conditioning. And we are lucky in that way to have that generator. We've had it for, I would say 20 years. And we've used it a few times, and the few times that we did need it, though it's a bit noisy, not on this house because it's larger, but the original house in the historic district, it was a bit noisy, but it did take care of getting us through a situation where electricity was off for quite a while, and made life a little bit more comfortable. It's certainly nothing at all that the people in the Bahamas are suffering right now. But I know that some of you might want to know exactly what happens. And the shelters are starting. I heard on the TV this morning that out at the beach area, the shelters are opening for those who cannot, for whatever reason, afford to evacuate. Because evacuation is an expensive situation. So some shelters are opening, and I just use Vintage Sepia. And okay, let's see. This is again. Yes, yes. I think I'll keep that puppy also. Definitely will keep that puppy also. I think that's still got a little bit of color on it. Let me use one of these. We have 2 more stamps to try, and then I think I'll stop, because you know where this is heading. This journal, right there. And that can go there. Oh yes, let's see what these might look like. That's there, that is there. This is the center. Ooh. This is the center of the second signature. So, right there it is. This is such a nice selection. Try this one. And I think I'll go back to the toffee. Okay, here's toffee. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, if you have enjoyed this this Labor Day visit, let's see what we have managed today. I got the cover done, and I'm thinking something more there. I'll be putting that in my having a think category. Let's see what else we did today. Got this page done, and this one, and then the games began. And I'm thinking I want to put that one in before I stop. This is a cluster that I have made a while ago, and I'm thinking that I'm going to put this in instead of out, because this is the straight side. Yes. Yes. I'm planning, if things work out, that this video will be coming to you on Thursday. If it doesn't, you'll know why. It's raining and blowing. We are still in the city of Jacksonville, but Jacksonville is the biggest square mile city in continental United States, and so we are at least 40 miles inland and 85 feet up from that misery that's out in the ocean. But electricity coming on and off, different story. Okay, another chore done. And these pretty stamps. And I'm going to, well, I don't seem to be able to stop. This is going to go right on the front of this. Yes, it is. And I'm going to attach it completely because this is an envelope, and I don't need an envelope in front of an envelope. All right. Oh, when these bottles are fresh. Oops, upside down. When these bottles are fresh, don't they work wonderfully? Other. No, I'm going to use a clip to for that one. And do I have anything else clipped here? No, nothing that I want to work on today. So, I do hope that you have enjoyed our Labor Day morning visit. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, particularly about the possibility of the Monster Journal, and I would appreciate your subscribing to my channel. Let's find something. There we are. We're getting closer and closer. Okay. Bye now.